Have you ever wondered why some people seem confident and secure, while others constantly doubt themselves? Many people believe self-worth is something you're either born with or without. But that's not true. Self-worth is built over time. It's shaped by your experiences, your relationships, and most importantly, by the habits you practice every day. The surprising part is that many people are damaging their self-worth without even realizing it. They're not doing anything dramatic. They're simply repeating small behaviors that slowly teach them they are less important, less valuable, or less deserving than everyone else. Today, we're talking about 5 habits that quietly destroy your self-worth. And if you recognize yourself in some of these habits, don't worry. Awareness is the first step toward change. The first habit is constantly trying to please everyone. Most people don't become people pleasers because they're weak. They become people pleasers because they want to be liked, they want to avoid conflict, they want everyone around them to be happy. At first, it feels harmless. You agree to help even when you're exhausted. You say yes when you'd rather say no. You stay quiet when something bothers you. You avoid expressing your needs because you don't want to disappoint anyone. But over time, something dangerous starts happening. You become so focused on making everyone else comfortable that you completely forget about yourself. Imagine a woman who works all day, takes care of her family, helps her friends whenever they need something, and never asks for help herself. Everyone thinks she's amazing, everyone depends on her. But deep down, she's exhausted, she's overwhelmed, and she secretly feels invisible. Why? Because she spent years teaching herself that everyone else's needs matter more than her own. Every time you ignore your own needs to earn approval, you send yourself a message. My feelings aren't important. My needs can wait. My value depends on making other people happy. And that's one of the fastest ways to destroy self-worth. The second habit is constantly comparing yourself to other people. Social media has made this habit worse than ever. Every day we're surrounded by images of perfect relationships, perfect bodies, perfect careers, and perfect lives. But what we often forget is that we're comparing our reality to someone else's highlight reel. We see their success, we don't see their failures, we see their confidence, we don't see their insecurities, we see their achievements, we don't see the years of struggle behind them. Imagine scrolling through social media after a difficult day. You see someone buying a new house, someone getting married, someone traveling around the world, someone getting promoted. Suddenly your own life starts feeling inadequate. Nothing actually changed about your life. The only thing that changed was your perspective. Comparison is dangerous because there will always be someone who appears more successful, more attractive, more talented, or more accomplished. If your self-worth depends on being better than other people, you'll never feel good enough. The third habit is ignoring your own needs. Many people have been taught that putting themselves first is selfish, so they spend years taking care of everyone else while neglecting themselves. They don't get enough rest, they don't set boundaries, they don't make time for things they enjoy. They keep pushing through exhaustion because they believe that's what responsible adults are supposed to do, but eventually the cost becomes impossible to ignore. The truth is simple. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot continue giving energy that you no longer have. Think about your phone battery. When it reaches 1%, you don't accuse it of being lazy, you charge it. Yet many people expect themselves to keep going even when they're emotionally and mentally drained.
When you consistently ignore your own needs, you reinforce the belief that you are not worth caring for. And over time, that belief becomes part of your identity. The fourth habit is accepting less than you deserve. This habit often shows up in relationships. Maybe your partner constantly dismisses your feelings. Maybe your friends only contact you when they need something. Maybe you're working in an environment where you're never appreciated. And yet you stay. Not because you're happy, but because you've convinced yourself that this is the best you can get. Many people settle because they are afraid. Afraid of being alone, afraid of starting over, afraid of asking for more. But every time you tolerate disrespect, your self-worth takes another hit. You begin lowering your standards. You stop expecting kindness. You stop expecting respect. You stop believing you deserve better. The way other people treat you matters, but the standards you accept matter even more. The fifth habit is constant self criticism. For many people, the harshest critic in their life isn't a parent, a partner, or a boss, it's themselves. Every mistake becomes proof that they are not good enough. Every setback becomes evidence of failure. every imperfection becomes something to attack. Imagine speaking to a close friend the way you speak to yourself. Imagine your friend makes a mistake and you say, "You're useless, you always fail, you'll never succeed." Most people would never speak to someone they love that way. Yet they speak to themselves that way every day. The brain listens to repetition. The more often you criticize yourself, the more those thoughts begin to feel true. Eventually, self-criticism becomes your internal reality, and confidence cannot grow in an environment of constant attack. Self-worth isn't built by being perfect. It's built by treating yourself with the same patience, compassion, and respect that you would offer someone you care about. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this video, it's this. Your self-worth is not determined by how many people like you. It's not determined by your appearance. It's not determined by your income, your relationship status, or your achievements. Your self-worth is determined by how you treat yourself every single day. The habits you practice become the beliefs you carry, and the beliefs you carry become the life you create. So ask yourself, which of these habits have become normal for me? And what would change if I started treating myself as someone who is already worthy of respect, care, and love? Because the moment you stop working against yourself, you give yourself the opportunity to become the person you've always wanted to be.